All right, we live? Okay, got it. I am Crazy Kaylee here, joined by Acetine Effect, and we are here coming at you with more SCL8 action here on the SpyParty channel. Today we got a couple of good matches for you. Yosh versus and Hype. You got to tell me how you pronounce it in the chat, but because I'm going to go with Hypxr until I hear differently. And then we got Beanie versus Magic Doer coming up for match number 2. Acetine, what do you got for me on these folks?
All right, so Yosh and Hyper. It's pronounced Hyper, by the way. At least I'm going to pronounce it that way.
Perfect. Perfect.
So we got Hyper versus Yosh here. Yosh has been around for a very long time, as I'm sure many of the people know. As for like their spot style, typically Yosh likes to play it slower. A lot of passive games, maybe typically, trying to find some frame targets in the game, or just trying to sort of play it passive until they have the really good opportunity late in the game. Sort of Rob-esque type spy style. And then the opposite side, we have Hyper, who has gone from being like completely new at the game. Basically from like about a couple months ago, I would say. I don't know how long exactly it's been, but Hyper's been extremely, extremely playing very well. Actually, they've been improving probably the fastest out of I think anybody I've seen over the year. And Hyper has a very aggressive spy style. Has trained with a lot of different, well-known spies like Nebula and Ethan, and just does some crazy things on the spy side. And their sniper is pretty good and consistent as well. Catches a lot of stuff, and I think actually knows a little bit of pathing, which is very rare for a newer player to actually be able to utilize. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting match here, and a very
Put
much clash of two different styles.
putting in the grind. All right, without any further ado, let's jump into picks and bans if we got that up, Nebula. All right. So I actually don't have any information on who picked first or banned first. Actually, no, I do. I lied. Hang on a second. Completely lied. All right. Yep. Yosh banned first and bans Aquarium, which is an interesting choice, although makes sense against a hyper aggressive spy, I would say. Aquarium, um, one of those venues that just is really really good for a thoughtful aggressive spy, I would say. So that ban makes a ton of sense to me. And then hyper bans Ballroom. Why do you think that is? Asked sign up for Ballroom, kind of the replaceable vanilla of maps.
I mean, I know why, but I mean, it's just funny. First of all, I want to say that I also thought it was funny that he banned it because whether Yosh is memeing or not, Yosh is one of those people who is avid in the chat about Diamond players multiplying Ballroom. So I think it was just a waste of a ban to ban it against Yosh of all people, because I don't think that Yosh is ever picking Ballroom in a million years. But
All right, so
I
style
think
points,
Hyper
style
just
points.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Just says I don't need a ban. That's just information. No, Hyper just doesn't
Understood.
like it because let's see, one second. Uh, Hyper, it just gives him a headache. So, that's his reasoning for it. And it's fair. There's a lot of stuff going on about on Ballroom. You can do a lot of crazy stuff on it. So, completely fair ban there.
It just
But
does kind of have a
against
low
Yosh, I don't know.
angle. Yeah. I mean, of all the like visually difficult ones to snipe on, like Ballroom is up there because you're at such a low angle to the ground, and like there's so much going on at eye level. It's like not since Courtyard 1 in the old art have we had such a migraine inducing map. All right, so Yosh restricts gallery again, kind of makes a ton of sense. Interesting that Taen isn't in the list of maps that Yosh is trying to hate on against an aggressive spy. Although I guess Taen kind of cuts both ways at a certain point. Gallery and Aquarium are kind of both on those list of a really really good spy can really really make a difference type venues. And then Hyperstrix nothing again, given no information out, saying I can play anything. Yosh starts with Terrace, which is an interesting choice, very behavioral map that. And then Hype
Yeah.
moves on, picks Library, which is more your hard sniping slash camping style map. Yosh going with balconies. So Yosh going with these venues that are really really kind of chaotic, behavioral spy maps. Hype then leans into the gallery that Yosh had earlier restricted. Yosh goes for modern, and Hype picks pub. So then it's kind of Hype's turn to pick the sort of more chaotic spy favored map there. And finally, Yosh will end it out with good old average courtyard. Yosh will then multiply the balcony. So Yosh really throwing as much, I guess, stochastic disorder into this match as he can, and hype multiplying modern. Interestingly,
Yeah,
all right.
so
So
these
yeah, go
picks
ahead.
oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry, let me yap about the picks real quick. So I
Absolutely.
think the picks make a lot of sense. I think Yosh doubling balcony is something that I think he just loves to do against anybody because, he isn't a fan of the more standard, vanilla venues, as you mentioned, Kaylee Ballroom. So he likes to have a lot more, fun variety in there. And so that's why I think, the terrace and balcony pick make a lot of sense. The double, I think, makes sense because I would say right now, I don't think it's a underestimation to say that Hyper is probably the favorite. So I think, maybe seeing that and sensing that and saying, okay, I want to go on balcony, which is more coin flippy. And then if you notice, Yosh actually picked Modern and then Hyper doubled it, which I think also makes a lot of sense because as I was saying earlier, you can find a lot of nice little pathing things on Modern. And I think, the pub pick as well kind of exemplifies that Hyper isn't afraid to play on a venue where he knows that pathing could probably be used as a little bit of an advantage. Because if you think that you're the advantage person going into the match, you probably would want to pick like, easier venues, 4 of 8 venues, 5 of 8 venues, like the library, which makes a lot of sense as an early pick because you want to sort of get comfortable early on with your sniper, and then just sort of ease into the match with a lot more nice balanced venues. That way you can kind of show off your sort of skill gap, maybe if you think that you're the one in the advantage. But I really like these picks, and I think it's interesting that also we're ending off on like courtyard 4 or 7 because if the game gets pretty close, it could be pretty interesting to see some crazy shenanigans that can pop up if it's like really even and courtyard pops up and just catches people off guard because I think courtyard's actually one of Hyper's favorite maps to play. So I think it's a very good looking draft for both players. I think they both have like a lot of stuff that they both like to play. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, Courtyard is just one of those where I mean, I guess it sort of stands in stark contrast to the chaos that precedes it. Like before we get to Courtyard, we have just this list of venues, which is just, I mean, I'm not going to say insane because, but it's extremely behavioral, and I think you said coin flipping, and I think that's absolutely right. Just these maps with just tons and tons of variance in them, and can really go either way. So other than the library is just kind of sitting there, being library. But other than that, it's going to be a fun match. Spies are going to have a lot of room to play with. And without further ado, let's load into Terrence. And we're going to be, I believe, Orange Sorry standing right out front. And Nebula, if we're ready. All right, looks like we are. So I'll count us down, and with the old Tobo, 3, 2, 1, playing it. And just starting off real neutral here. ST gonna join us? Nope, she is not. DA possible right at the bat, but it's a terrible DA right now. Just a ton of free information that Yosh would get, so I think we're wise just to chill. Given that's an any 3 of 7, the Spy really has all the time in the world on Terrace, so you really want to spots.
Yep. You have so much time to do stuff here, and I'm assuming Hyper's going to move soon because a couple of other people moving around, and there's so many things you could do here. But probably just going to go in for a nice flirt if I had to assume, just to save the pace.
Yeah, although on Terrace you do have to be careful about those move 2 flirts because if you were really spicy, you could try a bug on exit here, but the danger of a wrong arm bug in a situation like this is immense. But yeah, you have to be careful about your flirts on Terrace because it is one of the most flirt trackable venues there is, and yeah, we're just going to get that full flirt.
Yeah, Hyper is very good with pacing. Has watched like a lot of good spies pace, and so definitely knows
Oh,
his pacing, and that is really unfortunate.
oh,
We're probably gonna need to do something here. At least leave and see where Teal goes. We're gonna have to chase a little bit here, I think.
yeah, we're going to get a bad flirt at least off of this since she comes back to us. But we are definitely behind the 8 ball now. Like there's pacing and then there's pacing, and where there's a minute 30 off the clock at this point, and we're at 25% flirt. Not a lot of fingerprints left now, I believe. Bug? No, we're just gonna, we're maybe gonna watch check here. Is it gonna be a time ad? Is the question. We know we're behind the ball. No, we're just gonna do a normal watch check. And what are we going to do? We're going to try another flirt, or are we going to sidle up? Yeah, we're going to sidle right up.
Yep. I
Probably
like
do
it.
a
There's still
flirt
a minute
here,
and
I
a half. We
imagine.
still have a lot of room to play. I don't know if Rocker's highlight because she did statues already, so she might already have statues. But either way, she's gonna get knocked out here with this with this contact. It's real for like
Banana
four
bread.
people, but General
Oh,
takes a
fake
case, so
BB.
it's real for three.
Yeah, fake BB is an interesting choice here. Maybe trying to induce a shot. Should definitely pick up the flirt here while we have the chance. Oh, actually, I think we already have.
Could maybe do Prince because Prince at bar, and maybe it's so late in the game that maybe Yosh wouldn't be
Oh,
expecting it this late. And we
yes,
take reverse
there
drive
it
by
is.
bug. That is
Beautiful,
beautiful. And now we're in the
beautiful.
perfect spot. And we get this green flirt and then contact. And I don't think we're getting shot because this laser shows no indication that they've caught it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that if I were playing here, I would want to finish the flirt and I would want to do the BB right at 10 seconds. I'd feel so confident if I was not shot for that bug that I would not be a target, and I would really want to sell the sniper on the idea that this is a desperation shoot somebody BB.
Yep, I agree with that play 100%. Even though we would only be like one of like say three reels. I think Disney already has reels, so I think that I like the plan. So
Good
I'm assuming what
bounce.
Hyper's gonna do. BB with 10 seconds left. Even 9 seconds would be pretty spicy in my opinion.
Banana
But yep,
bread.
can do exactly what you
Even
said.
greens it. Yeah, no
We do
way.
get
No
highlight
way.
for it though,
Yeah, I think
is for
Yosh is
switching
quite
combos.
understandably not going to shoot here. Yeah,
Yeah, nice first game. That reverse drive by bug was everything. I think the key to that game was just catching that, and since we missed it, Hyper knew exactly what his game plan needed to be. Finish the flirt, go contact, and just finish up the game there.
and a great example of kind of you making your own luck as spy. Like, I presume that Hype very calculatedly chose that spot in convo, seeing the ambassador sitting there back at the bar, because that's the spot you want to be in for that bug. And the ambassador was kind enough to oblige, and we just smoothly got it. And Yosh was at the exact 180 angle where you can't really see it. So just a nice clean spy game there for Hype. All right, let's head on over to the next game, where once again we are on terrace with Yosh as the old Duke, and he's sitting there by the front statues. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, so we're Duke on this game. I'm interested to see what Yoshi's going to do because now we are almost at the sort of danger of being, one behind if we lose the spy game. And you definitely never want to start off a match, with like negative momentum. So I'm interested to see what we're going to do. We start with statues, and I think you could always just do a play to test the sniper and see, hey, are you really willing to shoot me if we're going to inspects? And have you been tracking my flirt pair good enough? And are you behaviorally on top of me for a contact? It's always some of the factors when you go to inspects. That's what you got to sort of weigh. And I'm interested to see how Yoshi's going to play this game.
Big time. Terra's just a map where you have a lot of options, but it can, as we sort of saw in that last game, it can sneak up on you deceptively fast, because it's a map where you really want to idle, but it's not quite as much time as you think it is at the start of the game. And we're
Yeah,
just
I
going to idle here
agree.
for a good long time.
Yeah, kind of similar to Hyper's first game, but since we have half inspect, I'm not really, I don't hate it yet. I would say we probably should flirt at least before 2 minutes is up. That way we, kind of preserve our pace for the rest of the game. Otherwise, we might need to start doing some behaviorally bad things, the last minute. But as of right now, I think everything's still fine. No need to panic. And Bastard puts down a fingerprint. That's something, for later on in the game. Maybe Seek will go to that statue. Who knows?
I think there is a green test fingerprint on this, so we might see if we can get it. Or maybe there's not. I'm not sure. It's been one or two people since the ambo is here. Oh, or we just purloin.
Taking the delegate. Okay.
Purloin
Path
is
is
a
okay.
difficult. Yeah, path is fine. Pathing has mostly been fine from both these players. A little bit of an awkward path when Yosh first took control, but time of chaos. That's a thing that can happen. What is the... Okay, yeah. DA was going to do the briefcase, I see. All right, now we might banana bread and do
Nice
the
looking
old banana bread
contact.
purloin.
Oh,
Oh,
it's white, so we get.
yeah,
Oh, four people leave right as we white contact. If that was green, everyone would have
Banana
been in. That would have
bread.
been beautiful. And now there's
that's
four people out,
terrible.
including one of the highlights. So now we're the only highlight in the party. So anything we do is going to be really obvious. We only have 28% of the flirt, and like I said, like a minute ago, now that we only have a minute left, we're behaviorally going to have to start breaking some rules, and it's going to get sus. But we have flash on Seek because I think Seek, does have that one print, so maybe a little bit suspicious of him. But we still have to do a lot of stuff here. So Hyper can easily find this shot as long as he holds, I think.
Yeah, I think so, and it's just a question of like the game plan for Yosh. Like he tried to take what came at him, but like just accumulated small amounts of suspicion from various things. Like I think in retrospect, given the way the game has gone, I think it would have been better if he had avoided statues at the start. Here we were, yeah, the
Okay,
timer's
we're
expired.
testing him
We're
here.
yeah, could be done.
He's thinking
Doesn't
about
know
it.
that we have 26% flirt.
Probably just waiting for 10 seconds to maybe
Yeah,
contemplate the shot, and it's just going to take
no,
it. And that's obviously
he's
you have
gonna
to
get
do that. I mean, if you are tracking flirt, I think you have to take that shot. I'm happy that we waited a little bit instead of just immediately, oh, Duke goes to statues. I'm going to take the shot. We wait at least a little bit longer to see if anyone else did anything. And we just ultimately decide, okay, if I have to kind of shoot him here. And we do take the shot. We didn't have flirt, obviously, but even if like Hyper doesn't shoot here, we're going to do some very obvious flirting, or we did swap. So I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
was just going to get
Swap
caught
was
anyway.
what we were doing. So yeah, I think Yosh was just behind the ball there. Couldn't get the seduces out. Had a little bit of bad luck with the purloin. Had extremely bad luck with that banana bread,
Banana bread.
Agreed.
unfortunately. So hype goes up 2-0 as we start to switch over venues. We're going to head on into library. Library is just call me a filthy camper, or at least a camper who was active 6 years ago or however long it's been, but I love library. It's just I love it. I love the mind games that go on between spy and sniper on library. Love everything about it. One of my favorites. All right, and I believe we should be all loaded in at this point. We are going to be good old Kane right in the middle by the green bookcase, and I will count us down in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Library really a map where time of chaos is really, really golden. You can get a lot done because there's just so much going on, and the sniper can only see so much of it. But unfortunately, we don't really spawn next to anything super good. We don't know what to do. Our seduction target doesn't know what he wants to do. Okay, now we're in the clear.
I was watching the replay spy camera, and I think Hyper must have flicked his camera probably like 5 times there, and then Tech still doesn't go where he wants him to. So
Yeah.
nice flirt here, waiting for the laser to pan away. We just take an instant cheese for it. Love it. You love to see it.
Yep.
Just keep up on that pacing. And if you're Hyper here, you probably can just play a pretty aggressive spy game because, like you said, it's a very camp heavy sort of venue. Easy to snipe 5 of 8. I think both these players are more than capable of finding a shot on library 5 of 8. So you can kind of play a nice aggressive, sort of just high risk, high reward gameplay. I think and you could probably maybe get away with one because I think Hyper might be expecting you still, or Yost might still be expecting you to play a little bit slower, just because it's the beginning of the game. But I think that's when you want to sort of sucker punch him and hit him with that very fast, sort of low key rush game because I think it works really well. When you just got a lead and they're thinking, okay, I think they're still gonna play slow.
Yeah, we're softail spamming here. I'm not sure Yosh knew that there was a fingerprint on that book, but we're just going to walk all the way across the map, pick up this ST. I don't see why we don't pick up the banana bread as well. It's a reasonably good one. That is very cheesy.
I love the flirts. Just like I said, just very good at pacing out the game, and why take extra long when you don't need to? And especially because he's watching the laser to see like where Yosh is looking, and so like really good use of the laser attention there, and just to get away with a nice little cheese flirt there. And now we have 64%. One more will probably do it if we hit a green, and with half a print, and there's 3 minutes left to play. If we get prints, we could easily
Oh,
just do like a side center swap, or we could do so many fun plays here.
yeah, that move of bailing on the convo to pick up flirt. Although we didn't pick up the flirt afterwards, interestingly. I think we just didn't want to get caught in circle. Oh, very risky readjustment there. But like, yeah, we didn't even pick up the flirt on our way back out of the yellow bookshelf corner. Just didn't want to get caught in circle. Kind of a move that reminiscent of the old Twitch flirts back when the Twitch timer reset instantly as soon as you left convo, where people would just edge in and out. Not sure what we're doing here. Looks like we're just chilling, maybe hoping the Amba goes behind, but that's very unlikely. Yeah, Amba just going to leave by the normal route.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we're hoping for a bug here, but I think Rocker being behind us when Ambassador's about to move means that he was forced to go the other way, which is a little unfortunate. But now our pacing's getting behind a little bit. I'm assuming we're just gonna finish this flirt. Could always like Purloin here. Ambassador is on the other side, and we're kind of behind a pillar. So I would, if we were watching the laser good enough, I think we could probably get away with the Purloin here, maybe.
Depends on what you think of Yosh. Like against certain types of snipers, the pillar reject is actually the last thing you want because it's when the sniper is paying the most attention to the list. In any event, Yosh just barely catches the end of it, but it doesn't matter because we didn't purloin. Seduce is done. I think there's one fingerprint available right now. It doesn't look like we're going to go for it, but we have nothing else done, and we're down to 130, so we do need to get on our bike here.
Yeah, I think Hyper definitely is going to need to step it up. It would help if we had a print like a statue or something, because then we could just combine it with swap, no matter what statue it was, and then BB Purloin or like find a crazy bug in the next minute. It's Hyper, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is a crazy bug at some point. But we still have a lot of options here. Could also do a quick little yeah, Purloin was what was gonna say. Um,
Yeah,
do
Ambo
we hit the
moving into
green
a
though?
dangerous position. There's
Oh,
a
white test.
just a white
Just walk away quick,
uh,
quick, quick. Okay, but
hasn't been
Yosh doesn't
seen.
see it.
Hasn't been seen. Yeah, has not been
Now just go
seen.
to statue. Yep, nice. Love it, love it, love it. If this has a
This
print
has
on
a
it, that'd
print
be
on
even
it. Yep,
better.
and we
Perfect.
get it. And we're going to green swap.
Love it.
Still have one mission to do though, but Banana Bread is of course the perfect finisher with so much going on here. Yeah, and we
Yep.
just take the wrong shot there. Yep.
Yep.
So Hype uh, got away with the Purloin, basically, is the story of that one. It was a white test Purloin. Yosh just didn't see it. Yosh off else guarding other things. And there was a lot to guard, to be fair. Amba had just put a print down. Amba was walking into a dangerous conversation. So just the perfect moment there to get away with the white test Purloin.
And Kaylee, I think you mentioned it, how like, with so much going on, I think BB would have sold it. And I think, I think a nice forecast for the rest of that game would have just been that we would have went to contact, and with all the chaos, because right now Yosh is probably trying to figure out like, oh crap, there's a purloin, I missed it, I need to think about who did the purloin, and then you hear a BB, and you're not even going to think of the person at side statues. There's just no way you think of that unless you already suspect Kane for something, which I'm assuming that we don't, because there was no indication that we had Kane for anything. And so I think it would have been just a finished game no matter what, because I think we contact with all the chaos going on. We didn't even look like a suspect. So even if that Civ shot doesn't happen, I think that Hyper was running away with that game, because I think, like you said, the story of the game just missed the white purloin, and I think that's just really what did it.
Yeah, it would have been a hard game to lose at that point for Hype. I think the only danger is that if you go in and DA walks to Windows or something, like you have to panic and do your last second, bug or really fast book transfer or something. But other than
Right.
that, I think that game was more or less in the bag. So 3-0 Hype, and Yosh really, 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 really needs the win on Library now, which is a tough order. And we are going to be Salmon over by the yellow bookcase in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Let's see how Yoshi. Oh, maybe we want a bug. Oh, but it's guarded. Yeah, it's super guarded. But now. Oh, look at
Hyper's
that.
really
hype,
watching that
hype,
ambassador.
hype. In fact, baiting the. Oh, I looked away. Now you can bug the ambassador during time of chaos. There, very nice play, but Yosh did not fall for it. Just going to do ST instead. You love to see plays like that where the ambassador is vulnerable. You're staring it down in the early game. Then you pretend to go look at something else during time of chaos. Oh, we white test Purloin. We're
White
potentially in
test
trouble
is
here.
tragic. Let's see what the
Yeah.
sniper does though. I'm gonna watch the sniper. Notices it's gone now when he sees sorry reject. We gulped the drink, so probably just gonna have to play library 4-7 now. Even though you probably could expect that some of those people from that side of the conversation could have done it, but just looks like he's calculating. Probably doesn't know exactly who it is. So 4-7
Surprisingly
library,
few
we go.
lowlights. Yeah. It's 4-7 library, but I don't see a lot of suspicion coming off of people. There are people who were like on the far side that couldn't possibly Purloin who didn't get any taken. But we're just gonna hang out. Got seduction done, got Purloin done, so 3 to go. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, and I
tempting
think
bug.
Hyper can just still camp like usual and doesn't need to do anything crazy. Can just hold and just wait out Yosh. I mean, does know that Yosh in style is a slower player, so I think it'll be a lot easier for him to hold out knowing that fact. So as long as like we don't see anything egregious from other people, like even if we get a few center inspectors like Twin, I don't think that Hyper is just going to take a crazy paranoid shot. We're definitely going to wait out 5 missions at the very least from somebody before we even take a shot. So there's a lot of room here still, even though we missed the Purloin, for Hyper to play.
Hear me out, but I think this is a perfect game where instead of waiting and trying to chill out, like I think you go to center statues, you hope for your green on your inspect swap, and then you BB to distract from the actual green going off, and just try to finish. Well, if we had done it right away, try to finish like around now. Obviously, we're not playing that kind of game, but that kind of aggression can really. It's the kind of play where you use the. Oh no,
Oh,
not
that
quite.
is definitely visible, but Did we
Not
that laser
not
is
seen.
freezing. I don't think we liked it, and then we go to center, so I agree with you, though. I think if we went to center earlier and did some sort of, like, a swap play, I think it would've just contrasted what, like, Yosh typically does, and I think that, like, Hypxr was still in the process of calculating it, so if we weren't already dead for that purloin, but now we're doing it now, but it's a white test, so let's see what Hyper's reaction is to it. We're still watching Ambassador.
Yeah, he's not. Oh, he sees it now.
Does he see the swap?
And yeah,
And he
yeah,
was
he knows.
Hyper's
Yeah,
yep.
yep. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think Yosh would have been well served by just kind of using the fact that he was probably a high suspect against the sniper in that situation. Obviously, you have to hit the green probably, and we didn't hit the green. But I think doing it a little bit earlier would have been the play there, most likely. Obviously, that bug didn't help, or that attempted bug didn't help. They am just a little too far out in front of us. And yeah, 4-0 hype with the pretty commanding lead. Although this is where the map picks are going to come in because now we're going to move into the very anything could happen portion of the venues that we selected, starting with good old balcony with fingerprint
Yep.
purloin turned off and standard bug contact and seduce turned on. Classic balcony. We are Irish and we are right out front. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And if you're Hyper, you gotta be, like, over the moon right now that you're going in on balcony 4-0 because it looks like all of these sort of 4-8, 5-8 venues have been or, the 3-7 and just like okay, well, anything that's not 2-3 balcony, I guess, has been going really, really well for you. So even if you just happen to, you know, get swept on this venue, worst absolute case scenario, you're still gonna be happy to take some of those better venues because, you know, just 4 of those games just went really, really well for you. So,
That
I'm
was a
interested to see how we're
really
gonna play this
sloppy
game, though.
stop talk. Yeah, that stop talk was really noticeable. Now, Irish obviously has a less noticeable talk animation, but if you're on top of it, that looked extremely suspicious that she stop talked that white test BB. ST leaves. Didn't get our flirt off. ST going to do briefcase probably too, so not going to do briefcase, just at the window.
Yeah. And I'm surprised we stopped talking, like, right at the, you know, front of the conversation. That's very, like, gutsy.
Oh, ST comes right to us. We love that. We had a green test right in this. Yeah, ooh, we hit the green test, 51%.
Nice green.
So this is a no move balcony game potentially. Those are always very strong. Stop talk or no stop talk. And yeah, this is the downside of relying on balcony and such as being high variance is that that variance can just as easily go towards the other player. And if you're Yosh and you get some bad luck on balcony, this match can pretty much basically be over at this point.
Yeah, but I think, like, you know, if we see a talk that late in the game, honestly, you know, maybe Yosh could find it and credit it. Because if we miss the green test, it's very simple that, you know, maybe Yosh sees Irish talk and then leave convo, come right back and talk. So, you know, we need to hit the screen test in order for Yosh not to, you know, uh, in order for Yosh just not to really suspect us the rest of the game here. This green is a must hit.
Oh, and he hits the
Oh my
green.
gosh, we hit
Smooth.
it. That's crazy.
Smooth game from Hype. Very hard to find this shot. I think the big hint was the really sloppy stop talk, but I don't think Yosh noticed because Irish talk animation is Irish talk animation, and it's very hard to see it unless you know what you're looking for. So just whoops, the ST cooperated and we hit a bunch of greens. That's balcony for you sometimes, folks. And Hype now up 5-0 on Yosh as Yosh basically absolutely has to have this next balcony game. And we are going to be Orange Sorry out front in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And Kaylee, no matter what, Yosh is now going to be coming out ahead uh, after this balcony set, which Yosh, I guarantee you, did not want 100%.
No, no, big time.
Accidental light light.
That's a very bad position in the convo too. That's an incredibly deep position in that convo. And we have our 51% flirt. Could be waiting for full convo to fire our BB. Queen could be leaving. She might do briefcase. Or she could just sit at the window for 8 million years and not cooperate. Yeah, here she comes. Now's the time to BB, but the sniper. Oh, of course. Of course.
Teal
Yeah,
leaves.
someone leaves. Yep. Can't have anything good in this life, Yosh. I feel your pain.
You really can't, but he's still set up pretty well here because he could get like a 3-game game still, which would be really, really strong and be a nice answer to that last balcony game. So let's see if he hits the green here, even though Twin
I'm
leaves
just
us.
amused. I'm amused by the fact that the instant someone walks in to make a full convo, it's someone else immediately leaves. White test, but
Oh
it's not the worst thing
no.
in the world. Well, we haven't moved a lot, so it's not the worst thing. Okay, now full. So the sniper's going to expect a banana bread. Really want to hit the green. very
Yeah,
badly.
I think you need to hit this green, otherwise you're gonna be sus #1, and it's a white test. Okay, that
It's time
next
for
flirt is
time for.
most likely gonna get a shot. If we don't get
I
a shot
don't
now,
know. It depends because we haven't moved.
yeah.
The safety comes off there for a minute. If we're not shot already, it's going to be hard to shoot us. If we chase to windows, that'd be very, very bad. I think we just wait for Kane to come back.
I think we need our cooldown still. Don't. Yeah, now it's up. So now I'd be interested to see if we actually die for a talk here.
And
If we
we're
shoot,
going
if we talk at
to come
exactly
up on 10
10,
seconds.
talk. You needed to talk.
1.5 seconds, I think, is going to get us killed.
I think you have to shoot now. I think you just have to shoot now. Just do it.
Dance,
Okay, but
dance,
we're
the
moving.
dance is
We're
happening.
dancing.
The
We're
dance is
dancing. The
happening.
laser goes all over the place, and Yosh actually gets away with that. That's insane. What just happened?
Beautiful, beautiful. Classic 1.5-second dance. Although with Orange, sorry, like one of the worst characters you can possibly dance with. But I don't know if Hype would have found the shot there. But I think I think Yosh made some pretty good decisions through that. Like we couldn't quite hit the tests we wanted to hit, but I think that's a well played spy game, all things told. All
Yep,
right.
I definitely
Well,
agree. I think it was a really nicely played game. It is an interesting question whether or not we would have actually found the shot had we not danced. But I think dancing there is pretty genius because there's only 1 or 2 seconds of mission win countdown left, and at 0 seconds you know exactly when the sniper's gonna have that like little window to shoot you. And so I think the dance is genius, and Hyper's laser just could not focus on him at the right time. So I think it was extra like played by Yosh there.
yeah. I think that was a fun and well played spy game. All right, let's move on. I believe our venue is. No, wait, we're staying on balcony, right? Yeah, we're staying on balcony.
Yep.
And we're going to be. Oh dear, it's a Smallman
Emergency
game.
Smallman button. We lost the game. We need to get it
Yeah,
back.
that's right. 4-1. Hype goes to the Smallman well, intentionally or unintentionally. 3, 2, 1, plant. And why not on balcony where Smallman kind of doesn't have as much heat? Like because what's Smallman going to do to you on balcony? Really? The answer is
Right.
potentially a lot. Those bugs can be hard to see instant BB green. Just unfair. What can you
Irish could have
do?
been Lilith there.
Yeah. We could
I like that we're
pick
not
up a
talking
weak flirt.
early.
Yeah. But we're gonna fall behind on flirts here. We're gonna potentially put ourselves in a non-flirt. Oh, come
Bug
on,
dance, bug dance.
come on now,
I saw it
Hype.
coming from a mile away.
Come on.
We
You
tried
can't
to
do that.
replicate Yosh's genius, but it does not work out.
You can't do that. No, not on balcony. Okay, yeah, there's a chance that works, but come on, with 10 seconds, most people are gonna be able to line that up.
We'll
Come
just go
on,
behind the
Hype.
ambassador. You don't
Yeah,
even have to
yeah,
worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah. All right. Well, that's a win back at Yosh for two. That was a little too much cheese. Just a little too much cheese. You can cut back on that dairy as we move on to Yosh's half of it. Oh yeah, 5-2. Excuse me, 5-2. And here we go. And we are general in the corner in 3, 2, 1. Playing. Oh my God, AI, please. Oh my God, AI, please. Disgusting. And we talk right away? No, we don't. I thought we were talking. It's just a general idle animation. Take a
Oh,
drink. Why not?
oh, we got highlight for that. Interesting. I thought Teal had a really good path there, but hyper highlighted for us. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I saw that. I
um,
saw that. Yeah.
okay, we talked for 20% here. Could always be B or wait for like after Teal takes it. A BB at the end of a talk would be so spicy, but I don't know if we're gonna go for it.
BB bug. Nah, there's no one out of convo. It's terrible. Looks like we're just going to do a nice delayed BB. Oh, a lot of people talking. If you hit a green, you win the game here. No, we hit a white.
Oh,
Of
white.
course.
Sad.
In the end of red.
Everyone's in though.
Well, we become the
Yeah.
obvious suspect, and we have 20% flirt. So this is going to be a tough game, I think, Yosh.
Kaylee, I would like to point out one thing. It's Queen General. We're memeing.
That's true. We are memeing. I wonder if that was on purpose.
1000%
Go to
on
the
purpose.
windows.
It'd be interesting
Go
if
to
it
the
wasn't.
windows. Come on. Why not? Why not? Just go to the windows.
Just do
Chaser.
it.
Dare him to shoot you. Oh, bug is turned off. We're fingerprint only.
Yeah.
I did not notice. The classic, I did not notice the swap out of bug. Well, I mean, we're kind of counting on a shot at this point. I don't think we're winning
Which is
unless
an interesting
Hype
drink
gets it
take.
wrong. Red flirt,
Another red
sure,
test.
why not? Yeah. No, I think I'm fairly certain that one was on purpose just to create some movement. But queen not going anywhere suspicious.
I've got to assume this is a hold here, because like at this point, if you're not shooting,
Yeah. Okay. So
okay,
Orange
if you're
Star
not
is the
shooting
only one who's
sorry here,
talking. Yeah, and yeah, it's not going to happen. Like I think this
yeah, you
is
should have
easy,
shot.
easy Hype wins. Yeah.
Yep, nice hold.
Yep. Yep. Rough game. I think that white test banana bread is what. So I think if we hit the green there, we're in golden shape, but we hit the white, so it's either go look like someone who's flirting and probably die, or just hope he shoots someone else. And I think he shoots someone else was the right play. It's just not enough suspicion on other people, and Hype holds the shot. So about as well played as you can for Yosh, and about as well played as you can for Hype, I think. But 6-2 is the score now. And that lead's starting to look real insurmountable-ish for Yosh as we move into Gallery, which is not quite
Ooh.
as chaotic as Balcony.
Oh, well, I don't know. Hyper Spy on Gallery can be pretty chaotic, and I think we're Smallman,
And
so
with
I
his
can see
Smallman,
so many crazy
yeah.
things happening. And it is Hyper's pick, so maybe he has something in store for us.
Let's see if the Smallman strats are going to come out here on the Gallery in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Let's see if we go right to the back. Oh, no, the front. No, we U-turn, but we take a
Good
really
bug.
odd path to get to Seek here. Yeah, pick up that. Oh,
Good
that's
bug
a
here.
very yeah, it's an okay bug, but I was more troubled by the speed with which we left that flirt. That was very suspicious, but hard to see on Gallery. A lot going on. How long people spend at Windows is not the top of the priority list for most people. Oh, this is a dirty bug potentially. Nope, no.
Oh,
But walks
Teal
away.
took his spot, or else that would have been so sick.
We're very active. We're moving around quite a bit, although we haven't been anywhere super relevant yet. Oh yeah, here it comes. Yeah, I knew it. I
Here's
had
the
the feeling
cheese.
in my bones. Let's see how it looks. We're not
Instant rip.
visible.
Yep.
Instant rip. You can just see the forehead of poor Smallman through the sniper scope there. Yeah, green. The problem
Nice,
is you got
nice
to dump.
BB. This is a really good BB for Gallery. But this leave, I don't know. I don't like how early it is, but that's a beautiful BB.
I mean, the fact that we're not dead yet is a great sign for us, honestly. Like if Yosh had been accounting for this book, we'd be dead. But he hasn't. So there you go, BB microfilm, the
Yep.
classic Gallery play. It looks like we're thinking about going out to pick up this seduction target. So I don't know. How do we finish this off, though? Of course, is the problem. Gallery,
I
you can
have an
accomplish
idea.
so much. Yeah, go for it.
I think I don't know. Knowing Hyper, I could see us just going
Uh-huh.
back to like near Damon and just taking a green purloin back there or something.
Oh,
And we don't even need to move because look how much cover we have from that conversation. We just abused that cover as Smallman, and he ain't shooting us. There's no way we're even gonna find that shot. And even if we know it's Smallman 100%, finding an angle for that shot, if Yosh could find that, I think that he should just snipe in real life because that would be the best accuracy that I'd ever seen.
true,
So
true.
that's my prediction, but we'll see if it comes true.
First, we got to do first things first and finish this flirt. We had some sloppy bouncing
Ooh,
coming
bug
through the
though.
door there. Yeah, the bug is very possible here, depending
Oh
on
my
how
gosh,
the
green flirt.
believes. We've been small. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, nope. That wasn't seen, but also didn't take.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we
There
go.
it is, green, and just run to the back. Just run. Even if it's a white, just take it and run. Take it and run. Yep. All right. Good luck. There's, like I said, he can't find the angle. Look at
He's on. He's on him. You got to shoot
yeah,
him.
he's on him. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. We're just
You got to
waiting for
lean.
it,
And
and
now
then there it is.
I no, I don't think he was shooting. I don't think he was trying to shoot. The safety never came off. It didn't look like the shoot. He was just trying to think about it rather than shoot. So yeah, the old
Yeah.
Smallman game. I mean, I think you got as Yoshi got to put more heat on Smallman standing in the back there. You got to know where Smallman is on Gallery. Um, and if he's living at the back of that convo, then you got a pretty good indication you got a spy on your hands. So Hype pulls off another spy win, and off we go. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's
that game
great.
was more or less decided the instant we didn't manage to guard Book. Like Book was your big opportunity to see something terribly wrong there. I think.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
totally agree with that.
we are sick in the front as Yosh, and 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Good time ad maybe. Amba and Perlin are both like right at the back there, but
Yeah, being the
deciding
only
against it.
person in front is ironically, oh, it's a very suspicious path to take if you're not actually going to do the bug. But yeah, with everybody in the building but you is actually an ironically kind of good time to time ad, because if you're not caught doing it, the chances that they're going to notice anything are really, really low. Kind of decreases the chances that you're going to get caught doing it. Of course, if they do catch the time ad at all, then you're dead. But the idea is you keep them from noticing it. Got that flirt off 30% for pretty much free with zero suspicion. Our ST left more or less immediately. And we're just chilling now. Looks like we want
Yep.
to do flirt. Nope, gonna chill.
Very active party, I have to say. Like, there's a lot of movement here, so we have a lot of options. I mean, in this active of a party, I mean, I would grab a book and just kind of let it cook for a minute or two, and then dump it because there's so much activity going on right now that you have so much like party cover to do stuff. Especially could also take this case right here,
Very deep
if the
entry.
red dress takes it.
Yeah, cooking the books is always a great option on venues that have a lot going on. Oh, green test it. Be a good test of how well Hype is counting purloins. We get an okay flirt. We're gonna bail.
Ooh, green
Is the
purloin here,
idea
and we
here?
flashed on red dress. So I wonder if this reject is going to be paid any attention to because we weren't looking at us. I think. Okay, not watching the list here. So this could be pretty. This is good looking for us because I don't think we saw this reject at all. This reject is clean.
And we're completely on the other side of the tray at this point as well. So clean escape, I think, Yosh, we're doing well. Problem is mission completion a little bit behind the ball. We really need to get this last flirt. Well, actually, it's probably going to be two flirts unless we green it. Actually, yeah, it's definitely two flirts. Green it. And then we got still got missions to do after that.
Kaylee, I need your thoughts here.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
it still work if we could just grab a book here, cook it for like a minute and a half, and in between that we finish flirt and like contact or something? Does it still
Given
work?
that I wouldn't. I mean, you could do that, but I wouldn't be my play of choice. Given that we've gotten away clean with the purloin, I think I would almost prefer to do two inspects over that. Given how
Gotcha.
clean we are on the purloin, just because I don't think we're a suspect. I think we want to do everything we can to avoid becoming a suspect. I think the BB here is a good way to start. That's a pretty good one. And, you could do better, but like you could also do a lot worse. We're waiting a long time to do anything here.
We need to step on the gas here. Our timing,
Yeah.
our pacing is going to be very, very, very. It's slipping away from us. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean the fact that we're not going to be able to finish flirt without a green is really going to kill us here if we don't get on it. I think you have to flirt here, and you have to flirt like immediately. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Uh, yeah. Now we're gonna have to be behaviorally sus in the last like 30 seconds. You now inspect to inspect is now off the table. You really only can bug, or I would say swap, or do some crazy direct micro at the end of the game. Those are really only three options for not looking completely behaviorally just like the spies. So, but we're still
It's
just
kind of
moving
too
around. We
late
need
to
to go to
swap.
Duke.
Yeah, we're wasting too much time. It's too late to swap now. Like if you were going to finish with swap, like you wanted to finish with it with like 40 seconds left tops. Like
Yeah.
if you go to the swap position now, it's gonna be obvious. Like it's oh no,
Still
just
not going
stand
to
on his.
Duke. This is going to be a timeout now, or it's going to be a crazy crash bug. There's really no other options. Duke is going to leave, so you need to leave immediately when Duke left. And it needs to
Okay,
be
hear
green,
me
or
out.
else you're really behind.
Oh
Oh,
man,
it's white and it runs away. That's a bug.
it's
It
all
wasn't even
going so
seen, and that's
well.
the crazy part. That bug wasn't even seen. So if we had, maybe got the flirt off in
Oh
time that, or like,
no.
20 seconds earlier, we did that bug. It wasn't even seen. This would have been a mission win. But now it's not, and now we have no choice but to swap, and it's just over anyway because we don't have the
Yeah.
flirt. We just don't have the flirt.
Oh man, that's rough. Yeah, I think just we let too much time get away from us. I think like we between about it was like a bit between about a minute 30 and 30 seconds remaining. We just kind of burnt the time. That was really 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 valuable time. Like, and I think that maybe the explanation is Yosh thought he was a way higher suspect than he was. Um, because I just can't account for it otherwise. We're just like, you just got to walk in and get that flirt done, especially with two flirts left to go. Had we finished, it's interesting to think about what do you do like with let's say he had gone in and flirted with Duke and Green flirted it, and you got 30 seconds left. What do? You can't get inspects done, right? You can't get fingerprint done. Bug is going to be a crash bug. You can swap, but you're the number one suspect. I am a fan sometimes of the last minute 10 seconds to go microfilm transfer. because
Yeah.
it's actually like because when someone goes to statue in 10 seconds, you're going to stare them down. But books actually are less likely to be like considered by the sniper as something that you're going to do because it takes time, right? So if you time it right so that you give yourself that little buffer and you do the transfer and put the book in right at 10 seconds, sometimes you can get away with it. Obviously, sometimes you can't. But I think Yosh just needed to really, really go a little bit faster in the second half of that game. We lose a very, very promising start by getting away with Perlin.
Yeah, and I want to say something real quickly. So I know you mentioned that Yosh probably thought he was a really high target suspect, and I think I definitely agree with you. First of all, that's what I want to say. But I think like if you're Yosh, I think maybe like this is where you sort of take away from this loss in that you could have looked at the laser a bunch of times because you still had 2.5 minutes left to play. And like typically, if the laser is kind of not moving, that he probably knows who it is. But once you see the laser move so much, and I feel like rotate a lot, I think you should probably at least play the game a minute later, if not, yeah, at least like let's say a minute later, right? It happened around 2:30. Wait a minute and then just play the game as if he hadn't caught you because if he did catch you for it, you're gonna be dead anyway. So you probably should just pick up the pace anyway. At least finish flirt and then give yourself that last option. And it was way too late at the end of the game because we missed that bug. And if we were a really high suspect, we would have shot there anyway. So even in that last 15 seconds, I think that you should have already assumed that okay, I'm not a high sus because if I was, there's no way that Hyper's letting that bug just go by, right? So I think maybe probably should have focused a little bit more on pacing that game. If not even just playing a little more like loose. There's no need to play that scared. I think when you do think you're like the sus for the Perlin because you could have also watched it after the fact. I don't remember what it was, what the laser was like after the fact, but I think right there, if you watch the laser and you sort of, just make a judgment based on that instead of just automatically, I think, assuming that you're the sus, because you could have played that game way differently, and I think easily could have resulted in a spy win there because Hyper was not on top of that reject, not even one bit.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. I think that's absolutely right. And I think that's sort of adding into that is the idea that like, gallery wrong shots just basically not going to happen probably, right? Like you're not going to gain a lot by just chilling anyway. You almost certainly are going to have to win the game by finishing missions. So, you might as well. All right, so on we go to Modern, and we are going to be Alice in the back convo by the bar in 3, 2, 1, land.
I'm expecting a hyper aggressive game, pardon the pun, because we are up, I think, 8-2 at this point. And yeah, there it is. And we could just
Yeah,
go crazy here because we have such a high lead and it's our multiply venue. I wouldn't be shocked to see some just crazy gameplay from Hyper this the a spy
yeah.
game.
Makes you long for the days of like so if back in the days of Virifo, in ancient spy party history, Hype would be dead already. Virifo, of course, noted for shooting for things like that, basically treating them almost like hardtails. All right, we have the delegate in hand. We're going to go pick up this flirt. Although we don't. That's a path right
That
there.
is a path. That is that is a path. I know 3 people who would be like, highlight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about as hard camper as I get, and I'm going the wow. That is definitely a path. All right, green
Ooh, just
test.
delegate here. Just send it.
Yeah, yeah, easily agree with you there. Yeah, just send it. No, we're not
Send it, go
gonna.
swap or something crazy. Like that's what I want to see. Oh, we take a book out first. Okay, I would love if we ripped it and then delegate it. Just don't even wait at the bookcase. Just send this delegate because it's gonna be so clean.
It's gonna be timed out though. Is the problem? Like we've let too
Yeah.
long go.
Ooh, disgusting
Oh my
contact
god,
here too, by the way.
gross,
Oh wow, we ended
gross.
up doing it
Yeah, we
anyway.
sent it. Yeah, we sent it. I think it's gonna be very close here on the timeout. Let's see. There's no one at the bar, luckily.
Ooh, it's gonna be so close. You're right. It's gonna
Uh,
be on the edge. Take that list, Disney.
Perfect.
Oh my
All
gosh. Okay,
calculated.
contact and just go to green, or just go to green now. Honestly, yeah, just do it now. I love it. It's so great.
Hype
This is a
clearly
perfect.
calculated that down to the second. We can't sadly BB finish here yet because DA is out of convo, but you have to presume that the instant she gets in there, we're going to BB. Or you can be really spicy and bug, but why risk it at this point?
I was gonna say this is when we subvert expectations and we just bug anyway because why not?
This is also the kind of situation where you could just walk to a side statue and just swap it, and like they'd never shoot you, right? Like because like what?
Right.
Yeah, like you're done. But yes,
Yeah,
he is. Oh,
exactly. Oh my god, we bug!
disgusting!
We bug!
Absolutely
I love it.
disgusting.
I love it. That's such
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
bug. You can only credit it.
Oh no! Don't twitch! Don't twitch! The twitch is what'll kill you there.
Oh
Okay,
my
so very,
gosh, playing
yeah,
with fire.
very saucy game from Hype there. Um, Yeah, that bug is kind of the same theory as the swap, right? Like, let's do the obvious thing, and unless he's looking right at the bug, um, what's he going to do? Assume we're done? And probably not with 2 minutes. We just got away with all the hardtails. When you get away
Yep.
with all the hardtails, Spy Party is really easy.
Yep, definitely. Yeah,
So
I agree. I think the swap play was what at the swap play that you mentioned was a really good idea, and I think Hyper just did it with the bug, and I think it just works out. But at that point, you could kind of do anything you already won. You've already got microfilm and purloin probably completely clean. So at that point, it was just a well played spy game. I mean, there's nothing you do if you're Yosh there if you miss those two things.
I think I would have preferred, if you're going to do the saucy no DA contact, like let's finish with a hardtail just for funsies finish. I do prefer the swap just because like a bug animation is a bug animation, right? If you see the arm, you're going to die. Whereas with swap, unless you're staring right at the statue, which is rare, you're just going to see that it's been swapped and be like, okay, was that a white test or a green test? And then boom, you've lost the game because you thought about it for 10 seconds. All right. Let's move on, and it is 9-2 if I'm not mistaken now. So many, 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 many match points to Hype, starting with him sniping against Yosh as Twin, playing Twin, as a matter of fact, by the bar in 3, 2, Planet.
All right, Kaylee, if you are down, let's say like Yosh is 9-2, what kind of spy game would you play here?
I'm gonna play it slow and steady. Like I like there. So this. Forgive me for going to chess for a minute, right? But when you're behind in chess, like there's this psychological temptation to just do some cheap trick, right? Like, and if it doesn't work, you lose, whatever. But I find that the mentality you want when you're playing from behind, or when you're playing from a disadvantage, is you want to make it as grindy and uncomfortable for the other person as possible. You want to make them earn it, right? Like you want to make them scrabble and scrape for, to finish you off. And so if I'm Yosh, I'm probably thinking about playing a slow game at least here. Because like that like Yosh or that Hype would love nothing more than just catch an arm out. Like, oh, I win. Like I just did a fast game, so you're gonna do a fast game. I think you want to put just like a little bit of pressure on Hype by, making him play a clean, thoughtful sniper game and not just catching cheese.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, and I think Yosh agrees with you, even though it is like generally like that's how he kind of plays it. I think I agree because it's all about testing the sniper. I think if you're just gonna do a gambity play when you still got so much more time to go, I think that's gonna work less for you most of the time than if you try to play like, oh, I haven't tested on Prince, which that's the thing. I don't think we've tested Hyper at all on Prince this set. I would just really try to be aggressively do Prince because I don't think Hyper's been on top of it, and it's Modern. And like you said, he wants a nice easy. Oh, I saw a bug. And I'm just gonna shoot the bug. But I don't.
Exactly.
I would don't give it to him. Just do the prints or do something like inspects or something. Make him at least work for a little bit, like you said.
Unfortunate number of lowlights available there, but what can we do? All right, off we send Tex slash Carlos slash
We did
Oil Man.
flash on text
What
earlier.
Tex is what we're calling him these days? Okay, got it. Tex,
Text,
good.
yeah, that's what I call him. Cowboy text.
Yeah, yeah,
Carlos, you could probably call him too if you wanted to.
yeah. And we're just it's not going to happen because timer's
Just a
expired.
tank.
Yep. So we're sitting here, and now we're kind of in the familiar position of we're starting to get behind the 8 ball a little bit. There's slow and steady, and then there's a little too slow and a little too steady. I think we're starting to fall into that latter position, and we're going to waste more time. I don't like it. Like we need to really pick up the flirt. Like
Yeah,
I don't think there's a reason to. Yeah, see, but now we've kind of put like heat
behaviorally
on
that
our.
was
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of
Oh, we're going to
bad.
bug here. Oh, why are
I
we
would love
not
to.
bugging? If you're
Oh, you should
if
have
you're going to
bugged
take that
there.
if you're going to
Oh
take that
no.
path, you really might as well. Like it's an almost impossible bug to see unless you're staring at it.
And look at the laser. There's no reaction, and it just looks like we kind of credited it, but we're like, yeah, that probably wasn't a bug. But we do
I
get a
think we're just
fingerprint
laser
here.
focused. No, we're just doing regular old purloin. And
Oh,
there's a fingerprint
whoa.
on it. Yeah.
That's spicy. See, imagine we had the bug now, though. This would have been so good with the bug. Because we're
And
not even dead.
I know we could maybe get it anyway, but also imagine if we had the flirt, right? Like
Yeah,
imagine if
agreed.
we had done, instead of going to that empty CC, imagine if we'd gone in and gotten that green test flirt and we're sitting on, 3 missions done and all we have to do is find a fingerprint somewhere.
Yep. The
But
game
now
state
we
would
have
just
to
look
worry
so much more
about
different.
yeah, we have to worry about finding Queen, tracking her down, chasing her, flirting immediately, and then doing another fingerprint. And it doesn't look like we're looking. Oh man, yeah. And see, this is the danger. Like, if you can't go to statues here, surely.
Absolutely not. And
So
we're fighting the
now,
clock here because there's only 45 seconds left. And like that looks like a lot of time for 2 missions, but it really isn't. Like if this game could fully well ended like in a crash bug or something because, oh, we can't go for this briefcase right now. We can't even set up for it because we'd have to waste 20 seconds. We wouldn't get flirt. So like this is why if
oh,
you just kill
Queen,
your
you're killing
pacing,
me.
where's she do?
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna get. We really need the green first of all. Okay, we get the green,
Perfect green test. Nice.
but now we have a book in hands, which is gonna make fingerprint almost impossible. So we
So you
have
have
to
to
like
almost
wait
dump
eight
this.
years, put it back. Yeah, you could do the cheese transfer, but you'll get killed. Let's be honest.
Well, you get killed, I think, with anything here, because even if you try to crash bug Ambo right now, like, he's out in the open.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wait,
just
maybe
lost
not.
it.
This is actually a good spot to bug him from. Ooh,
The angle was
that
okay.
looks really good. That was behind the party, though. Well, we're probably just waiting for overtime to
Overtime, a
shoot
lot of
something.
overtime. Yeah.
And we find the shot. Nicely shot. Found shot, but
And
yet
so
again,
so
just the
the
pacing gets away from us, like,
the pacing and like it's sort of a demonstration of how quick and incidentally that's Hype taking the set 10-2, very dominant performance from Hype. But like just to stay on this particular game for a while, sort of an illustration of like how like little small things can really wreck your pacing, right? I want to rewind to I think the sort of illustrative moment in the game, and Nebula, if you can rewind to it, I'll find a timestamp for you, is really the decision we make
about
right
two
at around
minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah, right
Yeah,
at 2 minutes when we're leaving
agreed.
the convo, and ST's right there, right? Like we haven't flirted with ST in a million years. We're never going to be flirt paired with her, and so we have to decide what we're going to do when we leave this convo. And what we do is we just go into the idle convo with Carlos, right, or with Tex, and we just kind of sit there, and then we realize, crap, I don't really have the time to do this. I got to go do something else. Then we go pick up the Purloin. But I think that if on our way to do that we had flirted instead, it just becomes such a different game at the end, right? We spend like maybe 30 to 40 seconds waiting to see what Queen will do away from the statues, or she's going to go into a convo or something. And that really just completely obliterates our timing. Whereas if we had hypothetically picked up a green test here, I think it's just a completely different game. We have way more time to set up for a fingerprint or something. And just small decisions like that can just really, really throw off your pacing.
Yeah, I totally agree with like everything that you said, so I'm not gonna reiterate it, but I would like to also take that, example of small things matter, small macro decisions matter on the spy side because even just looking at the last gallery game that Yosh played as a spy, I think that also sort of beautifully illustrates the concept of like little things that you do that you don't think matter in a spy game, but they do matter because have we had seduce done really early on? Just like so, like let's just compare pacing for a second. So Hyper just aggressively does flirt, knows that there's no way the sniper's watching me. I'm just gonna have flirt done that way. I'm free to do whatever mission I want. I'm not really limited by anything. Whereas Yosh just plays it really safe, assumes, okay, maybe I might be flirt paired, so I'm gonna just go ahead and play it nice and safe here. And that 2 minutes that could have been a flirt, and then free to do whatever two more things we wanted to, and have all this time, we ended up doing something else. Which would sort of exemplify that pacing matters a lot when you play the spy side, and there's so many little things that you can do to kind of save your pace, and just I would like to compare it to the gallery game that we also just played as Yosh and we lost, where flirt really wasn't done, and had we had it done sooner, we already had three missions with contact seduce and purloin. Had we done something else, to just get our flirt quicker, I think that a fourth mission could have easily been found on both of these venues, honestly. And that could have made the difference. And just to let everyone know, that would have made the score instead of 2-10, it would have made it 4-8. So at least it's a little less, uh, 2-10 is like okay, you're 8 points away. It's a massive comeback, but 4-8, it's only 4 points away. It's still an uphill battle, but you still have a lot of sets to go. And Modern is a venue that you could slow play, so it definitely favors your style a little bit. But yeah, those minute decisions always are going to matter, no matter what spy game you're playing.
Absolutely, and just and also while we're talking about Yosh play faster, like very well played match by Hype, like kind of on top of everything as sniper. The only play I would really like severely question is like, come on, you can't do that even with Smallman on balcony. But that was at least very
Or that
funny.
stop talk
Uh,
is Irish after the BB on balcony.
that one I think is at least defensible. Like you're not gonna get away with that against a lot of snipers. But I think that given that it's Irish, there's a chance you get away with it, right? So I think that play makes sense. The Smallman play is just like, come on, not even Smallman can do that, like. But I get the idea behind it. But like asking for a miss for full 10 seconds is a big ask. So yeah, just so for Hype, I mean, the cheese was there for Hype. They really feeling the cheese today, and it worked. Probably needs to dial back the cheese just slightly for future matches. And for Yoshi, I think the lesson of the match is basically you got to pick it up on these slow games, the spy, and especially in that middle section, right? Like where you've done something at the start and you're chilling just maybe a little too long in the middle, not giving yourself enough flexibility for the late game. But 10-2 it is. So Hype takes that match.